I do like a live walkabout and just kind of have some fun here. This is honestly like, this was a sleeper park for me, and then it became my favorite park because it's so relaxing. It's so beautiful. I think it's highly underrated. I think it's one of those ones that people just skip, and it's like, boo, you shouldn't skip this park. It's so pretty. At least give it a half a day. But I thought we would walk around and take a look at some of my favorite quiet spots to beat crowds and just kind of get that break. These parks can be so busy, so overwhelming, so intense, and just a lot. It's an amazing vacation. It's an amazing time here in the parks, but sometimes you just want to find a quiet corner. So we're going to find some of those quiet corners, some of those fun spaces, some of those nice walks, and then just have a really nice morning. One of the things I wanted to start with, which is why I'm on this bridge and I'm not showing you the Tree of Life or anything like that's a major icon or a beacon, is this little spot right here. So this little guy back here is part of what was originally going to be like a mythical beasts land here at Animal Kingdom. It's also why I have this Beastly Kingdom Nod shirt on. It's one of my favorite shirts. I love it. But this is actually something that was supposed to be here. Like, there was supposed to be this other land, and then it actually became the world of Pandora. And that's where we're going to start our quiet escapes. So let's take a walk. Like, I just love him. And I really wonder what that park would have looked like. And I'm kind of sad that it's not there. I love the world of Pandora, but and it's really immersive. It's really beautiful. I love back here at night, like during the winter and stuff, when you can actually see it at its full potential. But I still wonder what that mythical beast land would have been. If you're not familiar, if you haven't been here, if you're not aware, the ground is painted. You can kind of see that discoloration, greens and blues, and it's really cool because when it's dark enough to enjoy it, because this park closed so early, so really it's just the winter season that you can experience it. When it's dark enough, all of that lights up. So it just, as kind of silly and corny as it sounds, the ground just looks kind of magical. It's so pretty. And then all of this, like a lot of this foliage that's mixed in with real life foliage, it lights up and it pulses. Like these little pods right here glow. This beautiful green, yellow kind of color. These things that look like they could be real, these kind of purpley pink flower plant things, those also light up and glow. So it's really an amazing space to be in. And I'll have to come back in and maybe do a live walkabout when it's dark so you can fully see just like how cool that is if you haven't seen it before. Now, normally I would tuck up this little spot right here to tuck down a little bit more easily, but there was a whole bunch of people over there taking pictures, and I do not like to get in front of people or try to go around them when they're having a magical time and I'm recording. I feel like it's easier if I go around. I don't want to interrupt their vacation if I don't need to. So we're just going to go on this way. And for a bit of wayfinding, right down here to the right, if you're not familiar, is Pongu Pongu and Satuli Canteen. We're just going to pop up these stairs and right back down the other side. Just for a quick peek. So from up here, you see this spot. So pretty, right? Oh gosh. But my favorite spot is actually right on the other side of this wall here. Oh my goodness. Well, we have some friends who've joined us. Good morning. It is. It's actually not too bad. It's pretty muggy. I'll give you that. So right down here is this little spot that I'm going to tuck into. But I wanted to give you a full view and a full scope of where that spot is, because I've had several people ask when I shared this on social media, like in stories or in a reel or a short. And if you're not following over there, it's Motivational Pinup on all platforms. But I do like to share this spot a lot because not a lot of people go over there. And it's just like this great spot to just kind of tuck away. There's this little like bench out of rocks. The water's gorgeous. It's so relaxing. But there's like what feels like this nice little bench out of the rocks. And I just like to sit in this corner. And then you can kind of lean back and just take in this ambience. It is so, so pretty. Just love it. What do you guys think? I have done that. Well, not hours, but I did last November. I gave myself a few hours here just to kind of take a break. And I think I sat back here for about an hour because after a while of sitting on the rock, your butt and your back start to hurt. But you can actually, like, this is kind of funny. I have to set my coffee down. But, like, oh, and my lounge fly. Hold on. But like, there's just enough of this like tree. You can just lay here and it's so nice. But yeah, it's just such a stunning view. I just love it. I don't know how many of you guys are aware, and I think this is so cool. So the floating mountains, these are actually made from a recycled oil tanker, like the big structures that are out in the ocean. So underneath all of this, oh no, excuse me, that's the Tree of Life. I'm misremembering. This is just steel, and I think they recycled it from pieces, but the Tree of Life itself is actually structured from an old oil tanker, which I found absolutely fascinating. Like, who would think to use an oil tanker to build that structure? It's just wild. So nice. Just so pretty. Let this serve to you, this whole walk through this morning, as a reminder that, you know, while these parks have some incredible attractions like Flight of Avatar over here. Yeah, isn't that fun? I thought that was so funny. I was like, wait, an oil tanker? But yeah, while these parks have some really incredible attractions, and I know that's what a lot of people come for, there's so much here that you can just stop and take in. These are gorgeous. Like, it's just so relaxing. So don't forget to slow down a little bit. Look around. I mean, there's a lot of thought that goes into these parks to help you feel the full vibes of whatever land you're supposed to be in. This doesn't feel like some random location. This feels like Pandora. Whoa, sorry guys. It's just so, it's so lovely. Something fun. I've told my husband this, I think like five times, and he just laughs at me. He's like, yep, you told me. I know. There's actually a fake waterfall back here. It is actually just a painting, like on a piece of stone. So let me see if I can set my cup down here for a second. But way back up here, like at the very, very top up there, the topmost piece that looks like it might be a waterfall, it's just not. It's this piece of, I don't know if I'm assuming it's some kind of stone, but it's just painted and it rotates. But from this distance, because of how it looks choppy like it's water, but it's not. It's just a piece of stone, which is just kind of wild. But I love that all the water is recycled through here. So they're conserving. They're not wasting anything. Disney's really big about conservation in general, not just the fact, for conserving for animal conservation, because this is an AZA accredited location. So they are a part of what I think the number was like 277 accredited conservation sites. And there's very strict rules. They have to be re-evaluated every year, and they have to be a part of worldwide efforts to help save species, to rehabilitate species, and so much more. I just think that's really neat. I think it's sad that more efforts aren't being done for animal conservation, but at least a big company like this that has what feels like just another theme park to go enjoy some attractions on is actually its own AZA accredited zoo. So now we're gonna leave the world of Pandora, and I'm gonna walk down what I think is a really beautiful path over to Asia, and we're gonna enjoy both the Gorilla Jungle Trek and the Maharaja Trek. Just love that the ambient sounds otherworldly. There's just so much detail that goes into creating these spaces. It's wild. Definitely say hi. I'd love to know that you're here. And if you have watched anything before, if you have any questions, if you haven't been to this channel and you happen to stumble upon this live today or in a replay, my name is Stephanie, the Motivational Pinup, and I'm basically just doing whatever I can to encourage people to take more trips, to share more memories and make more experiences with the people that they love, with themselves, for themselves, to have their best life, to live their truest to themselves life. And I try to bring a lot of information from these parks because there's so much that you can do here and there's so much that you can explore. If you just take a little bit of time to plan, you will make the most out of the money you invested for this trip. So I think I missed something in the chat. Let's see if I can't. There we go. No, it's all recorded. It's all recorded. So the question was that they were wondering if it was real frogs and crickets and other critters. No, it's actually all just piped audio, and it's really kind of fun because like it's very limited by the zone. So once we get a couple more spaces away, you'll be able to tell. I was actually gonna see if I couldn't find, like, it's hard to tell. See if I can find one closer, maybe over here. I'll show you what one of the speakers looks like because it's hidden, but it just looks like a dirt mound. Hold on. I'm managing with my hands here. But actually this like dirt mound area, it's built into those, and it's built in to other, I mean, like sometimes they're green and you see them hidden throughout the plants, but it's really wild. Let's see if I can't find another spot. Like, you have to really dig back there to see it, but you can see a speaker way, way back there. But they try their best to hide things like that so that what we feel and what we experience is subtle. But like, do you see how quickly it just stops? Like, you could, like, it just, that sound goes away so quickly. This is another one of the spots that I like to stay and just kind of take in the ambience for a minute. It will get a little bit busier. I won't say that it's an escape, but it's just really pretty to look at all these lily pads. I have to say I miss the flotillas of characters that used to come by, but that was COVID so that people could see the characters more in the parks. But it was so much fun to see them go by on these rivers. But it's just a really pretty spot. Some people actually will say they don't like Animal Kingdom because it's too hot. They say it's the hottest park. I understand because more air gets trapped and it's harder to have breezes in this park because of the level of foliage that's here. I vastly disagree. I would much rather take muggy and humid but in the shade and air is stagnant than walking around Epcot, which is my other favorite park, but I would much rather have that than standing out in Epcot where there isn't much reprieve from the sun, and on a sunny day you just feel like you're baking because there's so much more to the surroundings that just lend all the heat because there's no reprieve. It just radiates. You just feel like you're baking. But here at least you can tuck into some shade and not feel that intensity from the sun. The sun, it's like people will say, oh, I've dealt with heat before, I've dealt with humidity before, but there's something about the Florida sun. It is just a whole other ball of wax. Oh. Love it. So something fun about the roofs here is all that thatching up there. It's actually traditionally done. They brought people from Africa and they had to get special permits and regulations waived because traditionally they don't wear shoes when they make it. It's part of them being able to feel the leveling and how things are setting when it comes to putting that thatching on roofs. And because that's not in accordance with a lot of safety regulations to be without shoes, they had to get some of those things waived. But they really did bring people over to hand create the thatching on all these roofs, that it really did feel like you were in a village in Africa. Oh, and it like, but look at all these signs too. These are one of my favorite things to look at. I love to slow down and take a look. Like, there's just all these little details. You don't have to do this. You don't have to go to this extent. You don't have to put all of these signs up for different businesses or nods to attractions. You know what I mean? But they do. And it's not that there's ones that you can see that look new. There's things that look like they've worn off and other ones have been put over top. It's just, yeah, so freaking cool. But I'm a sucker for those details. Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like Florida. I mean, the sun will make you feel like it's Florida, and the humidity maybe, but I haven't been to Africa. I've been close, but I haven't been actually in Africa to speak to how the heat and humidity feel there and how different it might be. But I mean, even the way the land turns are very, very I would hope that. I would hope that it helps people slow down. Sadly, I don't see a lot of people slow down, but I love that the Imagineers went to that extent because I believe, and I would love to meet them at one point. I would love to, like, there's an experience you can do where you can actually have lunch with an Imagineer. But I think it would be really fun to ask them this question. But I believe that the level of detail that people overlook is part of what helps people feel more like they're in that location. It's the subtleties when you travel that really make that location. Because while there's all kinds of incredible let's see if that helps. I tried to bounce it to see if that would help out. We'll see if that makes a difference. Sometimes it's just what it is. So I just had to bounce it. Okay. Cool beans. I just had to cycle. Well, then let's go in and see some gorillas. I got it. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it came back. I was like, dang it. Thank you. I love this spot before you get back to the gorillas. There's just some really pretty fish. There's a really nice little aviary and the birds are walking around. It's really fun. The gorillas will be the last stop, but it is something we all just love to do it. I miss taking the kids in because we would just wander through here and they would do the little wilderness explorer stuff. They'd meet up with the different cast members who would tell them all about a particular bug or just, anything that was living. It was so much fun. Oh, I know. Hopefully the tiger's actually out. They were sleeping the other day, but they don't move a whole lot right now. It's like first thing in the morning and then in the evening, but we will definitely see if the tigers are out. I still haven't even seen Boxo, who is the baby that was born this spring. I still haven't even seen him. Thank you. Let's see where those hippos are. So many fish. Oh, they're way back there in the corner. Let me see. I don't want to interfere with those guests who are talking with a cast member, so let's see if we can't see from this side. So you can see all the way in the back there. Here's a hippopotamus. Little bitty tail. What an interesting life. You just sit here, all these fish swimming around you, and lay here at the bottom of this pretty pool. Fish. So fun. Oh, that fan feels good. It is muggy. How wild that for a Wednesday, when I was going to show you that these quiets are usually so it's like that these trails are so quiet. I like how I inverted that, but I was going to show that they're usually not that busy back here, but nope, it's a busy day today. I'm kind of surprised. It's usually right now kind of tapering off and not that busy out at these parks. Everyone's sleeping.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. A lot of times they're over in this left corner. We'll see. But if not, the gorillas are probably sleeping on the other side of the hill. I don't see anybody. Yeah, there's nobody over here right now, sadly, so we're just going to have to walk around and see if they're further on the trail. A lot of times they're on the other side of, like, if you're going through the trail, I'll show you, but to the left, they're on the other side of this hill. So hopefully they're over there. They actually lost their leader of this pack. I want to say it was the beginning of the year. So they've been monitoring everyone a little bit more closely to see how they were managing that. I thought it was so sad.
Oh, really? Why did I see that?
I started walking quickly. I was like, what? Didn't see you. I was like,
Oh yeah, hello friend. Right over here on the back.
I see one.
Yeah, there may be more.
Oh, here we go.
Go over here. They're right over here on the hill. So there's someone over there to the left, but it was a little bit busy. We're around the corner enough so you can't see this one, but they're out roaming around. Aren't they cool? I love them so much. Someone's right here behind the tree eating.
but they can, but not. They're not going to be long jumpers in the wilderness.
Who's in the tree? I don't see someone in a tree. There's someone behind a bush right here. I wish I knew their names. And then there's this friend over here. And then I bet you that there's some more over there by the waterfall. Yeah. They're right here. There's also someone around the corner over here, but it was filled with a lot of guests, so I wasn't going to try to shove in over there. I don't really like to do that. They're just so cool, just hanging out. I mean, what it must feel like to sit there and just see all these people staring at you. Anyone else think of things like that? Because I just go like, oh, hi, I love you. They're just so, I don't know. They just look like you could sit with them, but I know you can't. This probably sounds ridiculous. gonna scoot out because it's pretty busy and I want to let people take a look and get closer. We'll see if anyone is over in this say, yeah, right. Why are all these people looking at me? I'm glad I'm not the only person who thinks like that. Oh, hello, friend. Oh, yeah, see?
You should send it to
Hello, buddy.
You'll let them.
But I think one of the things that I love, not just that it's Disney, but that this particular location, like, I like being able to see animals that you can't see everywhere. You know what I mean? It's so incredible to see these creatures. But it sucks to see them in cages. And I feel like in normal zoos, or at least zoos that I grew up with, the spaces are really small. They're really tight. Whereas here, they have these bigger, expansive spaces because it's about conservation and rehabilitation and growing a species if it's endangered. There's so much here. Like, this is acreage wise, this park is the biggest of all of the parks because of the conservation effort and the space and care given to the animals. No, just love them. Can I ask you a question? Thank you. I was just wondering who we're looking at. I like to know names if I can. Not that I'll remember, but I like to try to learn.
Fine. So the one right up front, this is Corey.
Corey?
He is our younger male. And that right over there is his brother, his half-brother, Flint.
Flint, okay.
And then the big guy in the back, that is Zawadi.
Zawadi?
Zawadi.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then this man right over here coming around, that's the leader of our bachelor troop. That's Kajana.
Kajana, okay. How old is he?
Both Kajana and Zawadi are both 34.
34, okay.
Corey and Flint are only a month apart.
Oh, wow.
And they are both 11 years old.
11? Oh, okay. They're the same age as my middle kid. Thank you. What is the average lifespan for the girls?
For males, it's about 33 is the average.
Oh, okay.
39 for females.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's kind of a sad thought to think, but how does the park help the pack if they lose one of their friends?
That is a really excellent question because we are in the midst of feeling that right now.
Yeah.
We just recently lost our adult male on this side.
Yeah.
That is their father.
Okay.
We've been monitoring them very well. And we have been noticing signs of them noticing that he's gone. And the girls also, of course, they know that he's gone. So we've been monitoring them. The girls just went inside for a mid-morning break. Yeah. And that's going to be something that's going to be a norm now. It's like they're going to get extra breaks.
Yeah.
For emotional support. They do mourn. Even in the wild, they do mourn.
Oh, yeah.
So we let them say, then before you left, let them say their goodbyes. We also noticed that they were showing signs of them knowing that it was his time.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it was just old age, and it was a quality of life thing that we had to make. It's really hard. Most of us are still kind of getting over it. It literally just happened last night. So
last night?
Last night.
Oh my gosh.
It's really new. So
I swear I did not know that.
No, it was last night. So
oh my
most of us are having a hard time with it right now, including our keeper team.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I would hug everyone if I could. I'm so sorry.
It is okay. With animal team, I grew up with animals my entire life.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of used to it at the point. But some people who really love animals, it's hitting them a lot. Especially our keeper team. Most of them have been working with him since they started being the keepers. So.
Yeah. Oh wow. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm
You're
so
welcome.
sorry.
No, it is okay.
Okay.
We were just happy to have him for as long as we did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck with everything, and I hope they're okay. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Wow. How poignant of a question to ask at the time. They literally lost their male on, I don't know if you could hear everything, so you have to let me know if you could hear everything she said. It was fun to get the names because I like to try to get to know the animals that are here. They're these emotional beings. I mean, gorillas have been known to be very emotional beings, and they show that, couldn't hear a lot. She was kind of quiet, and I don't know if she's trying to be quiet because it is live streaming or not, but I asked her because she was saying that these older gorillas that are in the back, like this gentleman and the one that was around the corner that she shared, that the one that was over here is the leader. Zawahi, and that he and, now see, I already forgot their name because I got distracted by what she was telling me and I can't remember, but that they're actually within a year of each other, but they're in their mid-30s. And she was saying that I asked her what the average lifespan was, and she said usually around 33. And I was like, oh. And so I said, it's kind of a sad thought. And I asked, so what happens when they lose a member, like of their pack? Like, what is there anything special the park does? Like, what happens with that? And she said, actually, it's very, interesting that you asked that, because we're in the midst of dealing with that right now. We just lost somebody, and how they took the females in. They actually made it so that they could all come in and say their goodbyes. And I was like, oh my goodness, like that. And so I asked her, I was like, gosh, I'm so sorry. And she was like, yeah. And then she said it happened just last night. I was like, what? So she said that they already were cycling the animals off show to give them an emotional break, because they're trying to make sure that they're very aware of how these animals are processing the loss of a member of their family. And it happened last night. I just can't. I asked casually. Wow. So send your love. Yeah, right? I'm like, I didn't know it, but I'm so sorry. Like, I literally lifted my glasses. I was like, I had no idea. I am so sorry. So definitely, if you're someone who likes to send vibes and send love, send him to the pack here. I know that might sound kind of silly, but, just send that positivity down. And, also to the animal care keepers, because these humans usually get involved in these jobs where they're helping to care for these animals because they love these animals. They want to educate people about them. They want to learn more about them. Yes, I'm like literally like, no. They love these animals. They connect with them. They build relationships with them. Yeah, everything feels. And so if you can send some love and positivity to the gorillas, as silly as that may sound to you, and to the animal keepers here at Disney's Animal Kingdom for these gorillas, I'm sure they would really just appreciate the vibes, because wow, that's heavy. That's a lot. So I can't imagine. I mean, I can't say how they're feeling. I don't know if I would feel like that was like losing my own pet, because it's your job, but a lot of these people are highly passionate, so that's wow. Okay, well, shall we go see if we can find some tigers in the Maharaja Jungle Trek? Maybe turn around the mood a little bit. Boy. Hi guys. I'm such a feeling person, like an empathetic person, and I hate it if people are upset, so I just want to go see. Yeah, I know, right? Go see if I can find the baby and find. Baby's getting big though. That baby is not a baby anymore. But yeah, I see the animal keepers over here, and I'm just like, I want to hug you. Are you okay? But yes, I agree. Let's go off to Asia. Let's hop on the Maharaja Jungle Trek, and let's go see if we can't find Bakso. Another fun side note, if you want to help with animal conservation, there are donations you can participate in, but also beverages. There are dining options, there are merchandise things that you can purchase here at Animal Kingdom that will actually send proceeds back to conservation efforts. So, I mean, it's just one more little thing you can do, especially if you're on a trip and you're already going to be purchasing something. Maybe consider one of those things that's going to get back a little extra, because then it's a win-win. I know that Duke and I, we were like, oh, what drinks we want to try at Nomad? This was years ago, but it was a reason why we tried a drink that we weren't particularly into. You see guys, wearing ears, but I think part of it is because they don't want a bow, and so many of the ears have bows on them, And really it's very minimal, the kinds of ears you see that don't. So I know that like usually around this time of year they have a dual pumpkin kind of band. So it'll have like a pumpkin on either side where the ears would be, and there's no bow. So that's sometimes something. Otherwise, the bulk of the year, all you're gonna get are like a solid black pair or a solid white pair, which is pretty new, of ears, and that's it. Now it's kind of cool because you can take ears like that and you can get a Sharpie, and you can go to different characters and maybe have the characters sign it. You could customize them with stickers. You can actually take them to artists in the park and they can customize them for you. So this is actually the main drag. I'm tucking this way because like no one walks up here, and it's just kind of a way to get away from the herd or the pack. I try to find little cut throughs like that whenever I can because it's just a nice way to get, like there's no one back here. Everyone's down there. But it's a nice way to just kind of step away from people and get a reprieve. And there's always like something nice to look at. Usually it's going to be water and foliage, which makes me happy. There's something about the sound of water is just incredibly relaxing. And if you didn't see my one of my relaunch videos, I kind of introduced myself and I talked about what I try to share with people here and why my handle is the way it is. And I recorded it back here because it was quieter and I like the sound of the water and it's just so pretty. And I would sit back here a little bit longer, but we're reaching about 45 minutes and I want to be able to go through the jungle trek with you, show you those things and let you get on with your day. But I definitely thank anyone who's popped on. Thank you so much for being here. Again, if you came in for the replay, let me know. And let me know if there's any questions you have or anything I can show you, whether it's a general vlog that I could create. All the merchandise, if you just want, I don't know, endless runs on the P-Mover one day, whatever it is, just tell me what you're looking for and how I can help you plan or even virtually escape. This is definitely a fun experience. Maybe we should do this sometime. But this is Feathered Friends in Flight, and they talk about the different endangered birds that they have here. They have macaws and eagles and ravens, and I can't even remember all of the animals, well, all the birds specifically that I've seen there. But it was such a fun show. If you like birds, they, I don't know, freak you out in some way. I've seen people who are just, I don't know, I get bird averse. Then maybe don't do that because they have several instances where birds fly directly over your head, really close proximity. So if that's going to make you nervous, don't do that. Go do something else. But that is a fun show to sit in. It's also a nice reprieve. It's a nice break because you can sit down for a little while. And I'm all about finding experiences like that you can sprinkle in between attractions and various things you're doing, not only to learn and experience the park to its fullest, but it gets you off feet. And that's really important because these parks are massive. They're anywhere from 100 to 120 acres. And if you're walking around it all day long, you're going to be getting about 3 to 5 miles of walking in per day. So find a way to get yourself some rest so that if you're getting up the next day to keep going, you have a little bit of reprieve and you're not so sore that you can't enjoy these parks to the fullest. See, now I'm like looking around. I'm like, do I see any other guys with ears? It's really rare. I love it when the monkeys are out over here. It's so loud. I was on the phone with my mom. I think it was just last week. And we'd come in literally just to walk the trails and go home, which is a really big privilege. But we were standing back here and you could just hear them. Woo, woo, woo. And it was so fun. Hi, thank you. Ooh, the Annapurna truck that's not far from here, really good grilled corn. Someone with ears? Well, the comment was about a man wearing ears and that you don't see it that often. And if we're drinking every time we see a man wearing ears, well, you're gonna have a pretty frugal spending day with your drinks, which if you're trying to save money, you know, that's fine. But if you're really trying to make it a Animal Kingdom ears. Would you wear ears? I doubt it. You like to wear a hat. And you know who I'm talking to. Oh my gosh, that little girl. Obviously I didn't pan down because it's not my kid, so I'm not recording you. That little girl had the prettiest curls in her hair. Like Shirley Temple, but grown out and long. And they were just like, oh, the perfect curls. I don't see our friends right here, so I'm gonna keep going through.